Hey YouTube, this is Matt. Kind of wanted to show off my car. I put a lot of time into it, not a lot of money, but a lot of time and effort to improve it. It's a '06 Ford Taurus, and I showed you a video of my the original stereo. I had to put just a regular fucking I put a Boss amp into it, 3,400 watt amp, and a power base 3XL 2,000 watt 15. It's hard to find. You can't find a double din kit for the cars. They don't exist. They had a single din kit, but I wasn't impressed with it. The frickin' patina on the actual frickin' on the kit sucked, so I went with the double din option, and I had to do all the work myself. I can't afford to pay someone else to do it, and it kind of sparked my interest in car audio, and I'm kind of considering putting like putting an installation company together. The only thing I have now is I got a name, which is Vegoren Audio, and a logo that turned out pretty cool. But I'll show you the stereo, and I'll kind of walk through what I had to go through to get it in there. So if you'll follow me, get in the car. Okay, so I got this stuff. I started out with a 1/4 inch piece of plywood for the face, because the heater controls, all the climate controls, and the stereo is all integrated into the one panel. So you can't just put a freaking double din or a single din in it without either getting a kit or seriously modifying it. I used a 1/4 inch plywood to start with, and then I filled it in and built it up with stuff called water putty. And it's kind of like a plaster of Paris, only a little more flexible and quite a bit harder. It was quite a pain in the ass to work with. And then I just ordered some it's like a vinyl covering, kind of like a sticker for the face, to make it look like wood, because I didn't figure I could make wood look all that good. Found this stuff. It was kind of expensive. I think I paid $15 for a 15 inch or 15 by 12 inch piece, but it was enough to cover this and my heater controls and my bass knob. The heater controls I put in the dash here. I rerouted them into the dash. It's not that classy, but it looks okay. It looks at least done. Don't have the dials on there, so it doesn't show what they do, but I know what they do. Everything works. Air conditioning, heating, all that stuff works. The zones work. It just rerouted into the jockey box. I had a 6-disc changer in here. Took that out and put some wood in the bottom of there. Made it look kind of nice. And this is, what I lacked in storage from putting the heater controls into the jockey box. I gained by taking this 6-disc changer out. I took it out of there. It was fucking crazy. Ford splurged for a fucking Clarion 6-disc. I wouldn't even imagined. So yeah, I had to change all the wiring, because in the Tauruses they have a built-in amp in the back that's just a stock factory amp, and I left it in there but bypassed everything. I had to run all new wires. I put new speakers in all the the door speakers and the back speakers. Everything about this install was a pain in the ass, because everything had to come out. I had to rip this out just to get to the freaking wires so I could put my bass knob in here. I put this little bass knob in there. I had to rip the entire back seat out to get to the 2 speakers to replace those. I just replaced them with some cheap, they're dual speakers, cheap brand, but they sound okay, and really all I wanted to accomplish is a little more treble and a little more output from them, which I accomplished. I put, let me see, what else have I done to this? Oh, I put the little tweeters, little tweeters there. Yeah, I had to run all the wires. I had to run all new speaker wires through the whole thing, It was kind of a pain in the ass. The only thing I don't have right now is I need to still put a rear defrost button in to the heater controls. And there's an airbag on-off light that shows when the airbag is on and off in the passenger side, so that if there's a kid or somebody smaller in the front seat, the airbag don't go off if you get in a wreck. Here, let me show you the stereo, I guess. Oh yeah, hey, there's my logo. That's my Vegoren audio logo that I made. Oh yeah, I put a capacitor in too because my lights were dimming. It didn't really cure the lights from dimming. They still dim when I have it turned up and it's hitting heavy. But I am running at around 14 volts pretty much constantly. Even when I turn it up, I think it gets down to around 13.8, 13.9. Still putting quite a bit of output for. I hadn't done the Big 3 upgrade or anything like that. Just ran 4-gauge wire, and that was plenty enough. I got about $600 into the system with the stereo, the wires, the amp, the box, everything. I got about 600 bucks, a little less. And I'm happy with it. But yeah, it turned out pretty good. It's got enough bass I found one song, I don't know where it's at right now, but it actually it flexes the windshield enough that it makes the windshield wipers bounce. So I was pretty happy with that. I thought that was kind of cool. Let me show you the speaker, the box I built and stuff like that. Yeah, here, I'll show it to you. It's pretty simple. It's just, I use plywood because I don't like how particle board and that fiber board tends to swell if it gets wet or anything. It's more stable. Just use plywood. I use 3/4 plywood and reinforced it with fucking a ton of screws. I got the trim for next to nothing. The vinyl, this is just vinyl. It's not real wood. It's just like a vinyl flooring, but it's really durable, and it looks pretty nice too. So yeah, that's about it. This here, I took out and redid this to a thicker piece of plywood, like a 1/4 inch piece of plywood, so that it didn't cave in, and put a little coating over it to keep some of the sound in. It's like my version of Dynomat, but it turned out pretty nice, and it definitely increased the bass and decreased the amount of rattle in the trunk. I mean, it still rattles like a motherfucker, but it still sounds really nice inside, and that's all I really give a shit about, you know. I guess that's about it. I'll turn up this sub a little bit and show you some of the excursion that I'm getting out of this, and then that'll pretty much wrap it up.